impacted it. But the next year, how does a guy like Jacob Bostic or Caden Nugent or Alec Wick kind of fit in, and where do they kind of stand right now, and how they progress?
They've done a really good job. All the guys you just mentioned, I'll start with Alec Wick. He's a guy that I expect to make some plays this season. He hasn't shown me anything but positive throughout, dating back a full year. I mean, we had some older guys in the room that had some experience that we were leaning on, but early on I saw some things out of Alec, just more than just on the field stuff. When I say when I'm looking for things, I'm looking for things like how you carry yourself off the field. How do you show up to the meeting? Do you have the right mindset? Do you have that growth mentality to get better every day, no matter if you're the starter, so to speak, or if you're the backup or the third stringer? Are you trying to improve every day at something? I watch Alec Wick in the room, in my room, we're in a position meeting to have the film on. This guy's constantly taking notes. He's constantly asking good questions. He come out here on the field, he's the first one on the field. He's the last one off the field. Those kind of guys usually end up playing for us, and they usually end up playing at a high level because they have that growth mindset. And those are the kind of guys I'm looking for. So guys like Alec Wick, Jake Bostic, still work in progress. Obviously, a year ago he was in high school. A few months ago he was still in high school, but he's shown flashes. Case in point, this morning he did some things that I was like, okay, that's what I thought we were getting. We got the right guy for sure. His length and his ability to stretch the field down, and do things to a defense that some guys just naturally don't have that physical ability to do. He's going to be a problem. Right? So it's my job to keep developing him, coaching him, and teaching him. That's why I get paid to do what I do. His job is just to keep taking the coaching and keep developing. He shows up with the right mindset. So there's plenty of guys. We've done a good job of stocking the room. Just a lot of the names, a lot of maybe you don't know about, or maybe the fans don't know about. But I have a funny feeling by the end of the season, they'll be well-known names. Quite a few guys.
Last year losing Amir was just because he couldn't take the top off, and he finally developed these really great receivers. He showed it for the backflip on Wisconsin. That's an element that it's hard to replicate. Others just don't have it. Is that something that, as Bostic grows, that you can provide that, whether it's in small doses now, but in 2 or 3 years, larger doses?
Sure. I mean, I never want to pin a guy as a next such and such, or you need to do it like he did. They're all individuals. They all need to be themselves, right? And that's the number one thing. I never want a young man to feel like in the recruiting process, hey, you're physically maybe like this guy, but you're your own person. You're your own player, and you need to be yourself. So my job, again, is to teach them the perimeters, teach them the system, the offense, how we do things, right? And then from there, you be yourself, and you take it whatever direction you want to go. Amir is an exceptional football player and an even better young man. I love him. I love him to death. We talk all the time. There will never be another Amir, and I know that. And that's why I hold him close to me all the time, and I keep in touch with him because it's how I feel about him as a person. I know there will never be another Amir. I don't want anybody else to try to be like him. They need to grow up and be the man that they need to be. So that's the exciting part about what I do, is getting the chance to recruit these guys as boys, per se, bring them in, and then continue the development from that process from being a boy to a man, and watching them develop into whatever they blossom into. That's the exciting part about it, is that process. That's what I love about it.
Thanks, Kelton. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Deontay is dealing with a little bit of a wrist injury right now, but how do you see him factoring in this year when he gets back out there?
Man, Deontay's doing a really good job. He always has had the potential. Going back to recruiting him, went out there to Taft and watched him live, and that's when I, made the decision to offer him. And ever since that point, I knew that he had the physical ability. So it was never about his physical ability. It's a transition, and everybody's journey is different. That's the hard part about getting young men to understand, is don't compare yourself to the guy next to you in his journey. Some guys, they find a spotlight right away. Some guys, it takes them 4 or 5 years before they even get on the field. But no matter what the case, it's all about the journey, right? And the step-by-step process, right? Progress and success, it's not an endpoint, right? It's about the journey. It's about the steps to get. And Deontay, up to this point, he's done a heck of a job of doing that. You know, he's faced a lot of adversity. You know, most of it, you know, not out of his control by any means. It's just life, right? And we've had these conversations numerous times, and this most recent minor setback, that's all it is. It's a setback, right? And it's just setting him up for the comeback. That's how I see it. So he's doing a really good job of up to this point. He's had a minor setback, and right now, you know, he's not down on himself at all. He's just doing what he needs to do to make sure he's ready to get back whenever the doctors and the medical trainers say he can. And I have no doubt that when he gets back, he'll be ready to go, and I'll be ready to coach him again and recite it.
Yeah. How